Wisconsin, the dairy state. Most people only think of it as such and fail to see its true beauty. Join us this week as we explore and camp in the stunning area of the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest and get a taste of what this gorgeous state has to offer. We will do lots of trails, have some friendly competitions, and overall have a great time. So stick around. Hi guys, Blake and John here, and we just made it to camp. But we're not going to stay here long. We're not going to get set up or anything because we got a lot of trails to do. Mainly because we want to test out two things. First thing we want to test out, we want to see how the Tune handles off-road. A lot of people have been concerned about not only the extra weight that the camper adds, but also the extra width it adds. We're going to see if that actually affects us and how much it affects us. The second thing we're going to be testing out is our brand new cabinet prototype. We're going to see how durable it is and kind of see if we can make any improvements in that metric. All right, we'll see you guys on the trail. With no time to waste and a little break in the weather, we set out. The roads were wet and muddy, but we carried on. After about an hour, the weather started to get bad again. We were both a little hungry, and since I was the one who had to go outside and film, I was wet, muddy, and covered in bug bites. There was only one solution, that being the most popular pastime in Wisconsin, drinking. So we set out for the nearest bar we could find. The bar we did go to happened to have a pool table, so we decided on a little friendly competition. The first game, Dad took an early lead. I was a little rusty, because I hadn't played in about 5.5 years. And just like that, Dad threw the first game. After celebrating my victory, I felt bad for him and decided to give him another chance. I even let him break. Seeing how lucky that break was, I unfortunately could detect how this game was going to go. Oh, that's going on there. The game carried on, and it was actually a close match. After a number of unlucky breaks for me, we were down to just the last 2 balls. Sadly, Dad had taken the second game.
Back 'em up.
It had been a long day, so we headed out. All right, guys, we're back here at camp, and let's get set up. I would have to say that my absolute favorite thing about the tune is just how fast and easy it is to set it up and to take it down. Together with me and my dad, we were able to completely set up in under 5 minutes. All right, as you guys can now see, we got camp set up, so it's gonna start thunderstorming a little bit. We're gonna head inside, take cover, make some dinner.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to make dinner. And one of the things I really like about this cabinet is how much space you have for a countertop on top and also for storage. I was able to get all the 3 Milwaukee pack outs that I usually bring with me, all into this cabinet with room to spare. So far, this is working out really well.
Even after the off-roading we had done earlier that day, the cabinet had stayed intact without any issues. This thing has been really useful this trip. The storage is very easy to get at, and the countertop is the perfect height to cook on. It had been hours since we had eaten last, and we had had a rough time with the weather. So needless to say, we were both excited for the meal. While we wait for dinner, let's hear what Dad has to say about our campsite.
All right, so we are here at Chute Pond Campground. And like we said earlier, because the storm's coming through, we opted to stay at a campground instead of just finding a place out in the National Forest. But this is pretty cool because we're just right down from the dam. The river is right here. While the sites are a little tight, we're the only ones staying here tonight. So we've got this place to ourselves, this section of it.
It indeed was an awesome campsite. Now hopefully the food should be ready by now.
Dinner is served. Cheddar cheeseburgers. So just a quick update on the tune. It's been raining all night. It's going to continue to rain till like 4 or 5 in the morning. No water on the inside so far. Nothing to report here, which is awesome. We're supposed to get some potential thunderstorms late tonight, so we'll report back if that does happen, and we'll let you know. Hey guys, we had an awesome night. Finished dinner, cleaned up, had a beer, played some cards, and now we're going to call it a night so we can get an early start tomorrow morning.
It did, in fact, thunderstorm and rain all night. Fortunately, however, we stayed dry, and it was well worth it, as we woke to the absolutely stunning scenery of the Nicolet Forest. What you are seeing now is but a taste of the natural bounty that the state of Wisconsin has to offer. With over 15,000 lakes across the entire state, there are countless hidden gems out there for us to find. It was an incredible morning seeing the area surrounding our humble campsite. Now let us get packed up and head on some trails. The hardest part about taking down the tune is putting away all our stuff. It literally only takes 1 minute to take down the camper and close all the latches. This is definitely one of the reasons why the Tune M1 is the best truck bed camper on the market today. Now without further ado, let's get back onto the trails. Dad's got some things to say about the tune. Let's hear it.
All right, so after doing a number of trails this morning, what I noticed is, especially when I disconnected the front sway bar, obviously I've got a lot more side-to-side lean. I'm on the bump stops a little bit more when we're going through some big ruts, just like that. It's because it's Mojave, it's not a big deal. You know, you got the hydraulic bump stops, but it is a little bit annoying. There's not enough travel for doing, trails faster. When this thing was stock, I could go through here at 50 miles an hour without any issues and not even bat an eye. It really, you could take it at whatever speed you're comfortable with. Now with the tune on here and the extra weight that I've added with the winch and the, all that other stuff, I can do the same trails. I just have to do them a little bit slower. I can maybe go through here at, 20, 25 instead of 50. So, but I can still do it. It hasn't really affected yet. That one spot we just came to, the tree was down. I couldn't make it underneath it, but we could have gotten out and cut it if we really wanted to get through. But we're just having fun today, so.
It was an incredibly fun morning on the trails. The rain from the night before had really muddied up the roads, and there were quite a few big puddles that were a ton of fun to go through. With more rain on the way, however, we had to end our time on the dirt roads.
All right, we just wrapped up. That was a fun morning of trails. We got to head back now. There was a lot of trails we couldn't do. It's really, really muddy, so we still found enough that we could do. We're going to air up, head back. One of the things that I really like, obviously with the Tune, you have this huge door, and now with the cabinet, not only can I have all my kitchen stuff and everything else I need in here, I can easily reach all my air up equipment and the other things that I need. So,
and with that, our trip had come to an end. We inspected the cabinet when we got home, and it had held up perfectly. So in conclusion, most people can get anywhere they need to go with the Tune M1 camper. Our cabinet prototype passed the first durability test, and Wisconsin is jam-packed with natural beauty. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, thanks a bunch, it really helps us out. Please consider subscribing for more content just like this. We have big things planned, so stay tuned. See you on the trail.